So we want to put in this path. So I've got my smaller brush now, and I'm going to start with my lighter brown. So we want these much paler than we had previously. So always check the strength. You can check the strength on the edge of your paper. And what we're going to do is we're going to create this perspective. So start about 1/3 of the way across your sheet, and then just do a little mark. Then begin to put those fence posts so they'll get a little bit bigger as they come towards you, and the spaces will get a little bit wider. So there might be a slightly odd angles as well. Then when you've done that, mix up your darker brown and just touch to the left hand side. So because it's wet, while we put that on, it should blend in a little bit and give us a nice fence post. If you've got your heights a little bit uneven, just go back in and just adjust them. You're not going to see much as they go into the distance. Brush has got longer hairs than your normal brush, so called a rigger brush because it was used for painting the rigging when you're doing those old boats like the Mary Rose or something, painting all the rigging. So what it allows you to do is to get nice long thin lines, so it's longer, so it holds more paint and you get a nice fine line. So what I can do, and I say you've got one between two, so you have to do your bits of wire or cord in between the posts. So we're just going to put these, doesn't have to be dead perfect, put in these lines of wire or something across our posts. With the darker brown, yeah. So you can get a really nice fine. I've not had to dip my paintbrush into the paint again. If it's a bit broken, doesn't matter because it's snowing and it's lying on there. also use our rigger brush to put some grasses and so on, bits of bracken coming through the edges of the post. So with this, use your rigger brush nice and upright at 90 degrees to the paper. Start at the base and just flick it upwards, and we can get some nice bits of bracken sort of coming through. Always start at the base, because it'll always be, your brush stroke will always be thicker and finer as you take it off the paper. So as you work down your fence, the marks need to get tiny and smaller. You can also mix up your other brown, your ochre or sienna, add some of those in. Going in different directions as well. I'm going to put some bits of bracken and twigs and so on coming through, cutting that big expanse of white. Again, getting smaller as they disappear. And I want to make sure that that's dry before I put my trees in. So I'll leave that little bit at the moment. I can also mix up that grey that I'd mixed before. Check the colour and we'll put some of those. Put a bit of darkness down that bit of grey that we've mixed up. Put that down the sides of your posts as well. Just helps to make them look 3D. I did, yeah. So when we want to go with your dog, yeah, down the side.
Away from the road. Yeah.
A useful brush or a big brush. If you're going to buy some brushes, I'd say get a number 12 round, about a number 6 round, and a rigger and a flat brush.